It's 2025, and you've decided that this year's going to be different. This year is going to be the year that you put in the time, lose weight, make a change, a real change this time. I feel you. I said that to myself last year, and for the first time in a very long time, I actually came through a little bit on that promise, on that New Year's resolution, on that decision. I actually lost 40 pounds last year. And don't get me wrong, I've struggled with my weight all of my life. And it's been hard. I've been one of those people, it's just like I said, always struggled with it all my life. And let me ask you something. Have you started? How much weight have you lost? Because if you haven't started yet, it's still early, but you should really be started. So hopefully you're started. Hopefully you've lost a pound or two by now. Last I checked, I'm down 4 pounds this year so far. And that's pretty solid considering, it's January 11th. This is day 11 on my journey, my personal journey for this year, is to get down to 15% body fat. The leanest I've ever been since I can remember, since I was a kid. And if you are trying this year to lose weight, to do better, to be better, I think that's awesome. And I want to help you with any advice I can give you from what I've learned over not only the last year being the most experienced year of my life in this realm, but the past, 10 to 15 years that I've been, lifting, learning how to lift, learning about diet and nutrition, not only for my gain, but just general interest, So, without further ado, I'd like to start talking about what you need to do to get started with your weight loss. What are the key things that you need in order to get started? Now, I'm going to mention a lot of things that you've probably heard before. Maybe you haven't. And if you have heard it before, I encourage you to stick around and listen to some extra bit of the explanation, because sometimes some of these get a little complex and they may not seem complex. And some things are, either misconstrued or not quite thought about until an afterthought. So these are coming from my experience and the experience that I've heard from not only friends but family who have tried to lose weight and potentially failed. In some cases, actually quite a few people failed. I failed for years and years. And, all those learnings. So, first and foremost, the absolute holy grail of weight loss comes down to the calorie deficit. You've probably heard of calorie deficits. If you haven't, a calorie deficit, what the hell is it? Calorie deficit just means that we all have a certain number of calories that we need to eat within a day to maintain ourselves. And then the calorie deficit comes with reducing those calories below that number. So you find your maintenance calories by going online, typing in daily maintenance calories calculator. It'll ask you certain questions like your age, your weight, your height, your activity. The most important thing is that activity level. Be honest. And if you don't quite know, I'd probably pick the lowest amount of activity. For instance, I work a desk job, so I picked that lowest amount of activity because I don't do anything. Now I go to the gym and I walk and things like that, but normally prior to that, nothing. So it'll spit out a number. Let's say your number's 2,500. In order to reach a calorie deficit, you're going to reduce it. The suggested amount is 500 calories because 500 calories across 7 days in a week comes out to 1 pound of weight loss. You have your daily maintenance calories, 2,500. You're going to subtract 500 from that. You guys might already know this part, okay? This is where a lot of people get misses, or where people end up failing in the end. The mistake occurs for most people, including myself. I've done this, and you'll notice after a few months that you hit a wall and you can't get past it. He's going too aggressive with the calorie deficit. Some people will cut 1,000, some people do even more. For you starting out, I think you could even go in 200 or 300 calories under, and you would see a significant change very quickly, and you'll be able to continue to bring down that calorie deficit as you progress, because this is the thing that people don't think about. This is what's not really talked about as much. The body adapts. The body adapts a ton. And it's meant to be a survival mechanism, you know. We gotta, if we're not eating, we need to adapt to survive that not eating. So, as you continue to lose weight, your body's going to become more efficient at moving around, and you're going to have less to maintain. So your body's maintenance calories is going to reduce over time, which means you have to reduce your calories slowly over time to maintain that calorie deficit over the long period of your weight loss journey. A lot of people bump down that 500 calories and they just stay there. It's going to work for a while. It might work for 3 months. It might work for 6 months. But sooner or later, you're going to hit that wall like I did. And you're going to wonder why the hell you're not losing any more weight. And then you have to retrain your body. You have to refeed is what it's called. And get your metabolism back up to a rate that you can actually work with again. And it's not a super long process, but it's a process. When you could instead ease into it with a 200 to 300 calorie deficit and slowly increase like monthly, every 2 weeks, something like that, in order to continue your weight loss over the long run. Number 2, you need to understand what you're putting into your body. We can't even begin to reach this calorie deficit if we don't understand what we're eating and if we don't understand the calories that are coming out of what we're eating. You might think you understand it. You might have a ballpark estimation. A lot of people, me and myself included, underestimate how much you're eating. You feel like, maybe 2,000 because that's the suggested value that we hear all the time on the nutrition labels and all that. But once you start looking, little do you know, you're eating 3,000, 4,000, maybe more in a day. And that's exactly where the weight gain came from in the first place. So it's important to understand. I think you should really try to track your calories for at least a week just to get an understanding of what things look like. And then after that, if it's too much of a pain for you and you really feel like it's just not worth it, you don't have to, but at least now you have a little bit more of an understanding of, in general, what you're putting into your body and what that equates to. So if you want to get serious about it and you really, really want to just hit 2025 in the mouth and you want this to be a successful year, track your calories for a little while. Understand it, learn it, breathe it, live it, and then get in that calorie deficit. Those are the first 2 things I think you need to do. If you don't want to do anything besides that, it'll work. I've heard that it works for people literally completely, like it changes their world. If you want to see a little bit quicker results, or if you want to be healthier as well at the same time, I would encourage you, this is number 3, to get an activity into your day. I would say 30 minutes of activity into your day is good. I don't mean go out and run. I don't mean you have to go jog. I mean, if you want to go for a 30-minute walk, to do a 30-minute walk. If you want to hit the stationary bike, the elliptical, whatever it might be, 30 minutes where you're bringing up your heart rate a little bit. It's called zone 2. You want to be in that zone 2 cardio for 30 minutes of your day. And that could be even other activities. Go play some Topgolf or go play tennis or basketball or something. Just anything that gets your heart pumping for 30 minutes will immensely help you in your weight loss journey. Especially if you enjoy it and it's fun for you. That's even quicker. It's a quicker way for you to burn calories and add in to that deficit for your day. The whole point of weight loss is to tip the scales in the negative daily for you to lose that fat, that weight, and change, your 2025. Yeah. 30 minutes in. It doesn't have to be all at once either. That's the great thing about it. If you want to go on a 10-minute walk in the morning, at lunch, and then later in the evening after dinner or something, absolutely. Get to it. That sounds good. That sounds great. If you want to go play basketball or something for 20 minutes, yes, perfect. And then, after that, go on a 10-minute walk. Bunch of 5-minute walks throughout the day. Be my guest. If you can get that to an hour even, I think you're going to see some substantial benefits pretty quickly as well. Now this goes into the other thing that people miss. A lot of people, when they want to lose weight, you want to see fast results. That's fair. You want to, see that your work is paying off. And that's completely understandable. Of course, you want to see that your results are paying off. Are you really doing all this work for nothing? Duh. I get it. But that does not mean that you need to start running every day or running miles and miles a day. For a lot of people, again, your body's going to adapt. You're going to start getting used to the things that you're doing. Start out slow. Go on a nice little walk. Get just some activity in. And as you progress, get a little more aggressive with it. Go for a longer walk. Walk a little quicker. As you start enjoying whatever it is you're doing more and you're more able from a physical perspective to push yourself a little harder, do it. You know what I mean? I originally just started walking. Nothing else. I started with 6,000 steps and I boosted it slowly, I think week after week, to 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. And then I think I ended up honestly making it all the way to like 12 or 14,000 a day. And the other thing is you can't rely on just that. You can't rely on just the activity. It works together with the calorie deficit to do more for you. So start out slow. Literally, if you get nothing else from this, start out with everything slowly, ease into it, okay? Because your body's not ready, one, to be trained hard. Your body's not ready to just go at it and hit the gym super hard every single day. It's not ready for you to go run a marathon every single day. Like, you're going to cause wear and tear, and you're probably going to get injured, and then you're going to be out for months at a time, and there goes your weight loss. Now, number 4, and I've tied this in perfectly with where I'm headed. Number 4, you do not need to hit the diet super hard and get super strict right away. You don't even really need to get super strict. As long as you understand where you're at with your calories and you have that calorie deficit, same with your physical activity, everything. You can take small steps to create a compounding effect over time that's going to help get you that weight loss. Don't worry about having to cut everything out. You do not have to cut everything out. If you like fast food, I like fast food. I love my Taco Bell. I love my McDonald's. Don't even get me started. Dairy Queen, dude. Oh, yeah. My point here, before I get really off track, is you don't need to cut everything out. You don't got to get crazy with it. You just need to make sure that everything's happening in moderation. Okay? If you're someone who grabs a Starbucks every single morning and, you grab some McDonald's breakfast every single morning, maybe pick a morning or two to skip out on that and make some eggs at home, or even, I'm assuming that some of the microwavable stuff is healthier than that. So the healthy alternatives, slowly making those changes, it's going to make a difference. And honestly, you end up enjoying it more because you're working hard, you're seeing results, and it's a treat. You know what I mean? It's a genuine treat. You get to, because of all your hard work and everything, you get to say, this is a reward, and this is something I really enjoy, so I'm going to go enjoy myself, and it's nice. But again, what a lot of people do is they push into some strict diet, some strict running and cardio, all in the hopes to, really get that weight loss going. And next thing you know, you're burnt out in a month or two and you stop. All right, we got some goodies. All right, I'm gonna head in and then we will continue this talk. All right, so when we talk about, having some balance and easing into it, I'll put up the nutrition and macros of all of this. Let me pan down real quick. Of all this, I'm not going to eat all of this, but I'll share a little bit of it just because it's a little past my macros. But the important thing to know is how this fits into your day. I'm going to add this in, of course, but the rest of my day is going to be a little less and more focused on the protein while bringing out the fats, because this has a lot of fat in it already. So balancing everything, understanding what you're putting in. Like, yes, I can enjoy this. I can enjoy the majority of this. I'm going to skip out on the fries. Definitely going to enjoy some toast, some of the chicken, and it'll be fine. But I'll show you the breakdown and what it looks like. And you just need to make sure that you're incorporating it correctly with, your overall goals. And after that, you can enjoy it whatever you want. You just need to continue to fit it into that calorie deficit and your macros. Back home, watch some football. I'm starving again. I'm ready to eat. That Cane's was delicious. It held me on for a while. That was my first big meal of the day. So looking to finish off the night tonight. And this is going to lead directly into my next point. So yes, you want to lean into things slowly, but you want to do everything you can to find things like this that you can throw together quickly and make into a delicious meal. Things like this that you can just toss in the oven or air fry, that's full of protein and has decent macros to it. That's gonna be your hack to having extremely easy things you can do. Look at that, 22 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat, and almost no carbs. So this is my protein for the night, but I gotta get some carbs in as well. You guys have seen this if you guys have been watching the other videos. I'm gonna have 2 of these boys, and I'm gonna throw a little bit of this delicious laughing cow cheese, which is extra light. Only 25 calories for a wedge of this, and I'm still gonna be getting a tiny bit of protein and almost no fat or carbs, and I'm still getting tons of flavor. So I'm gonna toast 2 of these up in there, have some chicken, and we're gonna have a good dinner. It's gonna be solid. So if you can stock your fridge with these items like this, that are gonna help you create easy meals or easy options for you just to literally throw together on a moment's notice. Like, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat, I need to eat. If I don't have this, what am I gonna do? DoorDash some fast food or something, right? Exactly. So I need quick meals like this. And if you guys want me to go through like a kitchen raid or something like that, and I can show you guys a lot of the items that I have in my kitchen, this is a huge hack for you to consistently be hitting like your macros, your calories, just avoiding eating shitty, because you have all these options just laid out throughout your house. Check out this spread, let's go. This is perfect, exactly what I was looking for. I'll throw the macros up, fits in perfectly. I'll show you guys the totals in here in a sec. And last but not least, building muscle. And I'm not talking about becoming a bodybuilder or anything like that. You don't even necessarily have to gain a substantial amount of muscle. I just want you to have some muscularity on your frame, so that when you do thin down, you're not frail or you become weak because you become atrophied because you've lost weight, and losing that weight comes from both your fat and your muscle. You want to keep that muscularity under you so that when you do thin down, you have something to fall back on. And one of the biggest added bonuses, and people do not talk about this enough, muscle takes more to maintain from a calorie standpoint. So if you do pack on a pound or 2 or 3 of muscle, that is going to take more to maintain, and in turn that means that your base calories or your daily maintenance calories is going to increase as a byproduct of that additional muscle mass. And again, you do not need to be a bodybuilder by any means. Just go to the gym, burn some extra calories in your day. Right here, I think I burned 200 to 300. That's my normal. I can go anywhere from 200 to 500 on a good day. So an additional 500 calories in your day for an hour-long workout, or 200 to 300 for 30 minutes. And that's a huge added benefit, even if you don't care about anything else, at least burning some extra calories. And bonus tip right here, hitting the abs on an ab machine like this will absolutely help those abs pop. For my dudes or for the ladies that want your abs to be popping even when you have a little bit of extra weight, this has definitely helped me, and I've seen a huge difference in my abs since doing those. Finally, let's just talk about the actual training here. So you guys can see I'm doing leg curls and immediately swapping into leg extensions. This is a great way to superset the two, especially if you have a machine like this where you can just swap between. A lot of times they put them next to each other, so just jumping from one to the other, that's a great way to superset, burn your legs out, and get maximal gains in a short period of time. I put the ab workout in between these just to rest my legs a tiny bit, because you do want to get some rest in there and some recovery. You don't want to be hitting them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But this is a great way to hit legs, to really burn them out, get a ton of gains, and save yourself some time as well. So I hope you guys learned something with these 6 tips on starting weight loss. If you guys have any additional questions, or there's anything I missed, please throw it in the comments. I'm open to taking additional questions, answering your guys' questions, or I'm also open to talking through some other points that I missed. And yeah, I just hope this really helps you guys out, because I know it could be a daunting task to get started, but you deserve to hit your goals. And if you're ready to do that this year and make 2025 your year, join me in this journey. Let's get after it.